welcome to my channel. In the previous video, we saw about built-in functions of string data type. In this video, we will see about loops and conditional statements using Python. So as usual, the quote of this video is, a good programmer is someone who always looks both ways before crossing a one-way street. I have my own interpretation. I will tell my interpretation at the end of the video. So let's see. These are some of the questions you can able to answer at the end of the video. So the questions are, what is a statement? How to execute statement many times with less lines? Then how to execute condition or how to check condition in Python. So let's see one by one. Let's see what are the conditional statements available in Python. The first one is if statement. The second one is if else statement. The third one is nested if statement, and the fourth is switch. Let's see one by one. If statement. For example, I'm declaring a variable as var1 and I'm assigning a value 10. So now if I use if, I want to check whether the var1 value is 10 or not. Okay, we have to give, in other programming languages we use curly braces, right? So Python we have colon. If you use colon, then the second line should be indented or the next line should be indented, right? So here there is a mistake because equal to is a assignment operator. If you use double equal to, then this should be considered as a conditional condition, right? So this is one condition where the 10 is checking with the value of var1. So let's print something. Yes, if the value is 10, the result will be yes. Let me run this. So the result is yes. If I change the value, I'm giving the 15 value. Now what will happen? You see, there is no result because there is no else part. In this time, you can use if else statement, right? I'm copying the same thing here. I'm copying and pasting here. Now I give else part. Else part also ends with colon. Then I print no. Now the result should be no, because first initially this condition is checked whether this is true or false. So the result is false. So the else part will execute. If this condition fails, then the else part will execute. That's the simple logic of this if else statement. The next conditional statement is nested if. For this, I'm using an example of a fan. A fan has a regulator which controls the speed of the fan. For that, I'm creating a variable called fan speed. Okay, I'm giving a value like 1. For example, I'm checking the condition whether the fan speed is 1, 2 or 3. If I want to check the condition 3 or more, then I'm using nested if else. So here I'm checking fan speed equal to 1. So we can print something like lighter speed. Okay, there is no lighter speed. Let's be mild speed. So here we can use elif to check another condition. So fan speed equal to 2. Then I'm printing average speed. Then I can use else, or I can use elif many times also. So here I'm using else statement. the print is faster. Okay, now the condition will check whether the fan speed is 1, 2 or other values, or else I can give elif also, because it will remit the options with the 3. Speed equal to 3, right? Then else option I can give like your fan will break, whatever. Okay, so the condition is checking the fan speed with 1, 2 and 3. So let's see the result. I'm running. So the fan speed is 1, so the result is mild speed. If I increase the fan speed by 2, that I am running, then the result is average speed, right? Now I am increasing the speed by 3. Now the result is faster. If I am giving the other values like 5, okay, so the result is your fan will broke. This is a default option. So if these are conditions fails, then this else part will execute. This is nested if else. The next statement is switch statement, where we defining a dictionary basically, right? Because we using curly braces, we have a key and a value, right? The same function we are using get function to get the value with the help of the key. So this is a default case in which we use case 1, case 2 and default case. This is the default case in Python. So if we are giving the number as 2, then the result will be 2, right? Because the key of the 2 word is 2. If I'm giving the number key random, then the result is nothing, because this is a default value. If there is no key, if we give the key other than these keys, then the result will be nothing. This is the simple switch case in Python. So next we see about loops. There are around various loops, totally 3 loops here. Okay, for loop, while loop and do while loop. So for loop, which is also similar, here I am using a for loop syntax for I in. Here I can give a 10. Let me test it. Okay, let's see. So there is an error because for loop uses iterable as the range, like upper limit. So we have to give range function. The range function will provide a set of values with the given limit. So now I am running the for loop. Here are the result. So I am printing 0 to 9 using the for loop. So this is the answer for the, I think, the third question or a second question, right? Where we use less number of code to execute many number of statements or a logic, right? We can have any number of statements here. So here I'm printing, you can use anything like I star 2, right? Now the result will be a addition multiplication of 2, right? So this is the simple for loop in Python. So the next loop is while loop. Here with a while loop, we can execute a set of statement as long as the condition is true. So here is the condition, I less than 10. So until this condition is true, so this statement can get executed. So let me run this. The same program where the I is initialized to 1. So the result is 1 to 9. We have to increment the 1, because otherwise the loop will go infinite times. So the incrementation is must. So the while loop will execute the statements until the condition is remained true. So the next one is do while, but the do while is not available in Python. So if you want to create a program that do a do while operation, then you can use like this, where we are initializing the I to 1 and we are giving the while condition true explicitly, right? So the while will return always true. So this condition will execute many times. If the condition is satisfied right here, the I is greater than 5, then the program will break with the help of break statement. We will see the break statement in here, right? So this is how you can able to do a do while loop in Python without having the traditional do while. So the next statement is continue statement, where I'm having a for loop with the string Python. So here's a condition. Whenever the letter is equal to h, here's the h is here. So whenever the letter is equal to h, then the loop control will go to the beginning of the loop, right? So that the h will not able to print. The remaining letters will be printed. Let's see the result. So here we can see, right, the h is not printed because whenever the letter is equal to h, then the control will go to the beginning of the loop. That is the purpose of this control statement. The next one is break statement. So break statement, which is helpful to break a program. Like for example, I'm using the same code. Okay. Instead of continue, I'm going to give break. Okay. Now whenever the letter is equal to h, then the program will terminate itself. Let me run this. So here we can see whenever the letter is equal to h, the program breaks, the other letters are not printed. So this is the purpose of break statement.